Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I am going to start new chapter that is about the inventory control. So let us start with the introduction first. So in today's competitive world, it is not possible for any firm to refuse customer demand just due to out of stock condition of raw material. Since the material flow is very crucial part of supply chain of each firm, it has to manage it in such a way that there must not be any shortfall of raw material. Firms have to keep raw material in an ideal condition, which is called as the inventory. Since it is difficult for to predict that the customer demand for any product out of number of varieties manufactured by the firm, inventory has to be kept as an ideal stock by the firm. So inventory can be referred as ideal resource of raw material kept in order to meet the regular or sudden demand of customer. For regular production of the products, certain routine items are required to be kept as inventory in order to overcome the waiting time of raw material to from the vendors. In normal cases, firm keep the 20 to 25% of the total fund as inventory fund. If the firm fails to maintain the inventory, either they have to lose the order from the customer or firm has to pay high price for acquiring inventory in short time. So to maximize the profit of the firm, it is mandatory requirement of the firm to maintain the inventory. Although inventory control seems to be complicated process, it involves three basic questions. Answer of these questions is the key for efficient inventory control. Following are the questions. The first question is what item should be stocked. Then the when order must be when order should be placed and how much quantity should be ordered to avoid overstocking. So these are the three questions. So to have efficient control, it is important to give proper answer to the above questions. So the next section discuss the need of inventory management. So what is the objectives of inventory control? So there are the various objectives behind controlling the inventories in the firm, in which the first one is to keep the better customer satisfaction. So here the prime objective of the firm is to satisfy the customer and to retain it. If the customer is satisfied, then he will fetch more customers, and one unsatisfied customer will definitely affect the market. So by satisfying customer, company will earn good profit as well as goodwill. Second thing is maintain smooth and efficient production flow. By having sufficient inventory, Firm can meet out the daily and regular requirement without much blocking the routine production. So smooth and efficient production flow can be achieved. Third thing is to ensure against delay in deliveries. If the firm have routine and smooth production flow, then it can definitely meet out the daily requirement of the customers and can avoid delay in the delivering products. Fourth is to ensure against scarcity of materials in the market. There is possibility that there may be delay in raw material availability, which may be due to the scarcity of the material. This scarcity may be created due to the reasons such as strike of workers, nature calamities, then legal restrictions. So to overcome this kind of problem, inventory can be protected by the firms. Fifth is to take the advantage of quantity discount. When orders are placed in quantity, obviously the firm will get raw material at cheaper rate rather than at usual rate. Also, the inspection work and paperwork for receiving material is reduced. Sixth is to exploit to advantage of price fluctuations. Firm can purchase raw materials when the price is lower than the usual so that they can gain advantage over the future high prices. To allow for possible increase in output. Due to highly satisfied customer and delivering products on time will definitely increase the output of the firm, which can ultimately increase the profit of the firm. Eighth one is to have better utilization of man and machinery. Since man and machinery are depending on raw materials availability, in stock out condition both man and machine will be ideal. So inventory helps in better utilization of man and machine without interruption. And the last point is act as shield against the rejection of material. Inventory can act as guard against any kind of damage of material. The damage may be due to operating error or misplacement of the material. So buffer stock can help us protection guard against the such situations. So these are the various objectives of inventory control. Next is the classification of inventory. The classification of inventory can be done into two parts. First one is the direct inventory and second one is the indirect inventory. Now the direct inventory, in this kind of inventory the raw material are directly used in the production are included. The raw material that are directly used for the production that are directly included in the production, that is the raw material, while in the indirect inventory the raw material are not directly used but in the production line but helps in carried out the production process as well as helps in routine daily activities. Now in direct inventory there are various different types of inventories used in the production. So the first one is the production inventory, and the items such as raw material, component and sub-assembly are included in this type of inventory. Second one is WIP inventory. In this type of inventory, material which is partially processed but not completely finished is included, which means semi-finished goods are included. That means work in progress inventories. Third one is finished goods inventory. In this type of inventory, final products which are ready for the dispatch is included. And fourth one is MRO inventory. Inventories used in maintenance, repair and operating system are included in this MRO, maintenance, repair and operation inventory, such as grease, oil, screws, tools, etc. are included in this type of MRO inventory. And last one is miscellaneous inventory. Other items such as scrap, obsolete and waste products, stationaries and other items used in the firm. In second indirect inventory, first one is the pipeline inventory. It is also called as the transient inventory, means the inventory which is under the transportation from supplier for the firm. Second type of indirect inventory is the buffer inventory. The inventory kept reserved for protection against uncertainty of supply and demand. It is kept as reserve stock in order to meet the uncertainty of demand and also to meet out the supply delays from the supplier side. They are called as buffer stock as well. So this is very much important, that to maintain the uncertainty or to have a reserve of protection against uncertainty of supply and demand. Third one is decoupling inventory. They are required to decouple the different parts of the production system for an item that requires the processing on a series of different machines with different process items. It requires decoupling inventory. Fourth one is seasonal inventories, kept to meet the demand in seasons. And fifth one is lot size inventory, which means the inventory kept or purchased in lots in order to avail the good quantities as well as which has routine use is called as lot size inventory. And the last one is anticipation inventory. They are held to meet the anticipated demand for the firm. For example, purchase of air conditioner before summer is called as anticipated inventories. After classification of inventory, let us discuss about the inventory costs. Inventory is not a free asset. Different kinds of costs are incurring when firm is having inventory with it. Once the inventory is kept, fund of the firms are blocked. Also, there are some other costs are associated with it. So there are various types of cost of inventory, in which the first one is the purchase cost. It is the price that is paid for purchasing or producing the item. This cost may be constant or may vary. If the product is produced, then the cost may vary depending on the type of production is involved. When there is a case of varying cost, it affects the decision of quantity of procurement. Second type is storage cost. Storage cost is also considered as the inventory carrying cost or holding cost of inventories. Storage cost includes different types of cost, in which the subtypes of storage cost, let us discuss them one by one. First one is the blocked fund cost. Now this cost is associated with the inventory which deals with the cost of capital amount blocked due to purchase of inventory. For purchasing that inventory, the amount might have been borrowed from somewhere at certain percentage, and for that the firm has to pay the interest. In other case, if that blocked amount has been dissipated in some fixed or assured returning instrument, it would have fetched some return to the owner. So the amount blocked is reducing the working capital of the firm, and that's why it is to be considered as cost. Second is the storage cost. The purchase inventory is required to be stored in a safe, secure, suitable place as per inventory requirement, so that the cost starts when the material is purchased and it is in possession of the inventory purchasing firm. For example, potatoes are required to be stored in cold storage. So the rent of cold storage starts with the when it is in the possession of the buyer. Also, the security and lighting as well as housekeeping costs are included in the storage cost. Another is handling cost. This cost includes the all cost associated with the movement of stock, including labor, material handling equipment, rent used in the handling the inventory. Depreciation and deterioration cost. Sometimes product life may deteriorate as it is stored due to either chemical change or material property change. The inventory may get break during the movement at time of storage. Although this cost is only 0.2 to 0.1% of total value of money, it is required to be considered while taking all the kinds of cost. Next is obsolescence cost. The purchase inventory may get obsolete with the passage of time. For example, the fashion in the market for clothes, dresses or other fashionable jewelries will get obsolete as the time passes. So this cost is very crucial for those items which are getting outdated very fast. Another is administrative cost. This cost includes the cost incurring for maintaining records of the stock of material until it is fully used in the production, starting from inward in the firm up to the outward of the last quantity of inventory. Each and every record, including rejection, is required to be kept. So administrative cost also include as the part of storage cost. And the last type of cost which is considered in the storage cost is the taxes and insurance. Obviously, purchased item include various types of applicable taxes. So along with the purchase cost, this cost is added which increases the overall cost of the inventory. Also, to ensure against the unwanted loss of inventory by various factors such as theft or loss due to fire, flood, insurance is taken by the firm. This cost may also be expressed as a purchase of average rupee value of inventory held rather than the some specified rupee carrying cost per unit held. The variables for carrying cost proportion is the carrying cost is equal to I into P, where I is the average amount of inventory held per unit time as a percentage of average rupees values of inventory, while P is the price or value of holding 1 unit per unit time. Third one is the ordering cost. This type of cost is independent of the ordered quantity. This cost is depending on the frequency of orders have been placed. For example, to order 1000 quantities screws, single cell is required, but if the same quantity is to be ordered in the lot of 100 screws, then the 10 cells are required. Similarly, other costs such as stationery cost, mailing cost, follow-up cost, quality testing cost, inspection cost, all are fetching money from the firm as and when each and every order is executed. The ordering cost per unit quantity is reduced as the large quantity order is placed. They are expressed in terms of rupees per order. Another last type of the cost is the shortage cost or stock out cost or customer service cost. These costs are associated with the either a delay in the meeting demands or inability to meet it at all. So these costs include the loss of potential profit through the sales of items demanded and the loss of goodwill in terms of permanent loss of customer and its associated lost profit in the future sales. If we consider all above cost for total occurring cost due to having inventory, then the total variable inventory cost is equal to storage cost plus ordering cost plus shortage cost. This is it for today's lecture. Thank you very much for listening me carefully. Have a nice day.